So when we have probability, we have successes over total. When we have odds, we have successes over failures. So we're going to find the odds and the probability of some things given this jar of marbles here. First of all, let's count how many of each color. So we have red, we have 6 of them. Blue, we have 5, right? Green, we have 4. And yellow, we have 2. So the one thing we need to find out is the total of the things inside, and that's 17. So the total is 17. So the probability that it'll be red is successes. Well, if I want red, how many successes are in that jar?
6.
6 over the total. 17. That's the probability of me picking a red out of that jar. If that fraction can be reduced, you reduce it, okay? And the calculator will do it for you. You can put in a fraction and hit math enter, and it'll reduce it for you. So the odds, though, are successes, which is still 6, over failures. What would be a failure?
So it's 11.
Very good. If the probability is 4/9, this is successes, and this is the total, right? So the odds is going to be still successes over failures. So if in 9 things there are 4 successes, that means there's 5 failures. And in odds, you can have the bigger number upstairs or downstairs. In probability, it's never bigger than 1. You can't have a top-heavy fraction, okay? You can't have 7 chances out of 2 that you're going to get something.
Unless you rig it.
Rig it, yeah.
So, the way odds are written, the way I like them to be written, is 4.5. And we talk about that on SAT. That's also ratio. For every 4 successes in that jar or whatever we're talking about, there's 5 failures, okay? So if the odds are 2 to 5, it's successes over failures. That means the probability is still 2 because 2 are still successes, but we have a total of 7 things that we're talking about. So the probability is 2 over 7, 2 sevenths. We're going to talk about with replacement and without replacement, okay? With replacement means that after I pick something out of my jar, I put it back in and pick another one, which is not normally done. Normally you take it out and keep it, right?
It's like bingo.
But if you have dice, if you have dice, for example, and you're rolling dice, it's always with replacement, because if I roll a 1, the 1 doesn't go away off the dice. It doesn't disappear, like in Back to the Future, right? That picture? It's still there. So it's still up for grabs the second time, okay? But there's certain things that you usually without replacement, like cards. Once you have the ace of spades, nobody else can have the ace of spades. Got it? So with replacement means you put it back in. If you see that, you need to consider that word. You need to underline it and consider it. Without replacement means once I pick it out of the jar, it's in my hand, and it's no longer available for the picking. Okay? So look at number 13. We've got 1 green,
Like holiday gift exchanges.
1 green, 4 red, and 5 yellow. Is that all we have?
Mm-hmm.
And we want to get 2 balls out at the same time. That means it's without replacement because we're not putting it back in, right? If it doesn't say it, it's without replacement. So this is without replacement.
No.
And I'm picking 2, and I want to know the probability of getting 1 green and 1 yellow.
Oh, we're doing 15.
Number 15.
Oh, I thought you
Yeah, I thought you said 13.
Yeah, you said 13.
Okay. We're doing 15. So, so what is the probability of getting that green? How many total do
1
we
in
have?
10.
1 in, 10.
1 in 10. Now, what is the probability of getting the yellow?
1 in 10. 9 and
No. It's
and
5 and
9.
10, so a half. 1 and 2.
What was the 1 and 10 for?
1 in 10 is the probability of getting that green one. You have a 1 in 10. There's 10 total, and
Yeah.
1 green. If you're not replacing it, I have a green one in my hand. What is the probability of getting the yellow?
There's,
Oh, it's 9, so it'd be 5 and 9.
It would be 5 and 9, which would be 5 and 90, which reduces to what? So that's 1/18th, right?
Mhm.
Now, what is the deal with, we pick the green first and the yellow first, but if we pick the yellow first and the green first, that's another way to do it. Remember the permutation thing?
Oh, yeah.
So technically it would be 5, 10, and 1/9, which would be another 1/18. So 1/18 plus 1/18 is 1/9 probability.
5, 10,